Hey, what's up, guys? It's Mad Games GX here, and we have another DB replay post info. This time against M Master 50, and he was actually a fan of the channel, so shout out to M Master. He was very nice, and we had a little fun discussion, and hopefully I get to see him at Nats. This will be uploaded after I'm already at Nats. So, anyways, I do want to say this is against Tenpai, of course. Tenpai did get an upgrade in Genroku. Genroku allows the deck to have a Poplar on top of a Lone Fire Blossom, which allows the deck to have infinitely more ways to extend, which does just allow this deck to be able to kill you even more often. Of course, this deck now has a bunch of non-engine able to main hand traps and board breakers alike because the actual main engine is not very big. So I just wanted to show you guys how to really beat Tenpai, especially to be more familiar with the matchup with Branded post info. Now, with that being said, if you guys want to see more DB replays, leave a like, comment down below, and let me know, of course. If this video gets to 50 likes, we will upload even more. So I start with deployment, Mercurier, Edgem Chain, Dark Ruler, and High Spirits. He starts with Sangan, Droll, Pydra, Forbidden Droplet, Storm. His hand's really good for going first, honestly. If he had just had an Ash, this would really probably nuke my hand. I mean, I do have a lot, though. I have deployment on top of Chain, on top of High Spirits, which is very good. Just like deployment in High Spirits and having cards to fuse off with them and use with those cards is very important. So let's see how it goes. So now we go High Spirits into pitch the Edgem Chain, into into pitching the Quertus in order to search out a kit. Now, this is why I like Edgem Chain plus High Spirits, because it's basically automatically live. This is going to search me out the Patchwork build. It also gives me a fusion in order to search. So I don't know why I didn't go Chain here. That is a big misplay, guys, so just be wary of that. I'm able to go deployment because Chain would have given me so much more, but I go deployment into Cartesia, into kit to search out the Branded Fusion. And then we're gonna go, I do get drolled here, which is fine. We go Branded Fusion. He has no way to get to Ash, but we did get cooked there if he had just another thing. But he does have Forbidden Droplet, which is interesting, so we have to play this carefully, especially so we don't get blown up to Droplet. We go Albion, sending the Lubellion and Albaz. We banish the Edgem Chain. Oh no, so I banish here's the Quertus plus the Albaz, because of course we are able to just use the Quertus for free to make a Mirror Jade, so I can just skip the Lubellion, skip the discard. So that's kind of a neat part of the Edgem package with High Spirits. And now we're going to be able to go into Brand Lost off of Lubellion by tributing the Albion. Now we're go Cartesia. That's going to go through, obviously. Go Chainlink 1 Guignol. Brand Lost cannot search, so I have to put that back, but I do have the Mercurier at least. But I do send the Titanclad off of the Grand Guignol. In end phase, I go Cartesia, or sorry, I go into the Titanclad to get the Quem. Quem's going to send the Albaz in order to give me basically access to the Gimmick Puppet Lock. This is the Gimmick Puppet Lock through Droplet, and then I set the Brand Red because then we can just go in the draw phase and go, or we could go main phase, it really doesn't matter, but he goes Lightning Storm, which is kind of neat. And then I go Branded in red, but which actually this kind of plays around everything, which is kind of annoying. I probably should have went draw phase, but honestly he had the right cards to play around my board. So I go Sanctifier, and then Quem goes and targets the oh no, he negated. So yeah, we go Droplet. He goes Droplet, and then he sends the Pydra and the Draw and Lockbird in order to negate the Mirror Jade plus the Sanctifier, which is pretty interesting. Or no, he does, yeah. So and then he's able to go Sangan Kaiman, and then he gets the Chandra. Chandra is going to then special summon out. He's on no cards now, though, because of the Droplet. That's kind of the downside about Droplet in this format. You have to give up way too many cards to use it. But, you know, having the Droll plus the Lightning Storm plus the Droplet's pretty nice on top of Sangan Kaiman. He's able to get back into this engine because he goes Chandra. I only have the Mercurier. The Mercurier is actually kind of what saves me here because he's able to attack into the Quem, then Chandra effect when he go damage step to go into Fadra. And now he can go Fadra effect, which I can then Mercurier because is not damage step anymore, which I had to ask him about. And then I go Mercurier effect to negate the Pydra or the Fadra, and now he's able to use the Fadra other effect to then synchro summon. He's able to go into the Bident Dragon, and he's still able to get an OTK through this. So yeah, guys, I kind of messed up because he's able to then I can go Mirror Jade, send the Albulinatus here. I could have probably also, if I had an Albaz in rotation, I could have like made the Albulinatus and killed him. That's also why Linnaeus is really nice, to be honest. I also want, so he is able to go into Trident though, and then pop the field spell and go for OTK. So definitely he got me good there. So we're gonna have to be careful the next few. All right, guys. So he cooked me game one, but I ended up bricking. To be fair, he opens up on our second set. D Shifter, Mourner, Genroku, Chandra, Kaiman, which is the new one, and then Poly, Fusion, Allure, Darkness, Branded Opening, Saranir. So he's going to shifter me in draw phase. Understandable. I just chain opening, pitch the Saranir, and we're going to get the Tragedy so I can have an Allure bait and hopefully draw into more cards. And then I'm going to be able to go into main phase, go Allure, Darkness, draw 2. I draw Retribution red. I banish the Tragedy. Tragedy effect is going to proc to get us in a Luber, which is pretty good. I can go with an Luber effect to then get out a Branded Loss, which obviously just gets us more advantage. Essentially just trying to recover card advantage under Shifter to crack him back. Then we go Branded Fusion. Brand Fusion is not going to get Ash here. I lost if the Sky Ashed, but, you know, they don't always have Ash Shifter. I can send the Albaz plus the Mercurier, and then he ends up Ghost Mournering my Lubellion that I go into, and I pitch Red because Red is obviously dead in this situation. If I had a monster to pitch for Red, I would have done that, though. And then he Ghost Mourners my Lubellion, which is fine because then on Res, I can go Mercurier effect to then get another Dark Dragon. I can also go Lost to search here, so I'm going to end up getting the Kit and the Law, and the Fallen of Albaz. I searched 3 by accident, and then I spin back Albaz plus Saranir in order to have a Borreload Furious. I ended up setting a card 2, which is a Branded Retribution, because that's still live even under Shifter with the Lubellion. So you just have to maximize on your interruptions. You just have to know the lines to go down when you're getting shifted. And then Borreload Furious is obviously a pop. This is very good against Tenpai because you can pop the field spell. You can pop them in battle phase, not under field spell. And then Retribution is just really good against Sangan Kaiman, as you guys will see. Then I can go, he goes battle phase here, so I know he has Sangan here, or this is the only play he has, so I go Borreload Furious, and I can pop the Chandra, pop my Aluber, and then he goes Sangan Kaiman, then I chain Retribution to spin back the Lubellion, and that is game there. He just scoops, so that's why Retribution is so good. You only need like 2 or 3 interruptions against Tenpai. They aren't playing through many interruptions. That's what you guys have to realize. And that's what Branded does best. They set up like 4, 5, 6, 7 interruptions even without Gimmick Puppet. He opens up Sangan, Pop Avarice, Prosperity, DD Crow, Ash, and Lightning Storm. I open up Quem, Brand Fusion, Thrust, Quem, Brand Fusion. Brand Red, he opens up a pretty custom hand, but like he's going first, so he really needs to get to the Koki Meru. And he banishes 6. He rips the Koki Mirror from the top, which is just fair. Koki Mirror Drago just being one of those really broken cards against Branded Despia because of the fact you can't special summon Light or Dark, so it's very hard to out it without having just removal. It's basically impossible, so then he goes Sangan Kaiman, which just means he has a custom hand, and pitches the Lightning Storm, and he goes Koki Mirror pass, essentially, which actually is all he needed, because then I have an unplayable hand, so I have to end up scooping, which is a little unfortunate, but, you know, it kind of happens. And then we have Shifter right here, and Fusion Duplication, Deployment, Ash Blossom, Spring Ends Kit, and then Gold Sark, DD Crow, Harpy's Feather Duster, Pop Prosperity, Genroku. So, yeah, no, he shifters me again, game 3, which is just interesting. And then he has DD Crow, Harpy's Feather Duster, so, like, he has a lot of board breakers, and I think I'm going to be going first as well, so that's just fine. I have Duplicate. I have a lot of really good cards, and plus the Ash is quite good because that's good for the Sangan Kaiman, so that's why I sided it in. I think it's pretty good this format, just like with all the FTKs, with all the Fiendsmith cards. So Fusion Deployment will be able to give me a Cartesia in order to dodge Imperm with Kit. Then we can go Gold Sark effect to then banish a Mercurier effect to then get out a Fallen of Albaz. I also probably should have, it didn't really matter if I got drolled there, to be fair, but I probably should have gone Kit first before Gold Sark search. And then Kit search the Brand Fusion. You always want to, like, look at your gameplay. It's really good to rewatch your own gameplay because you can see little misplays like that. So it's really nice to, like, because I noticed misplays, just tiny little misplays that you can improve on in the future, because it looks silly in the, like, what, like, how did I just not go Kit before Gold Sark? But at the time, it didn't seem like that bad of a play. Brand Fusion, no Ash, which is really good. I go Tragedy, Albaz, and he still has Crow, though, but Crow's useless here. So I go pitch the Tragedy 2, Lubellion 1, pitching the Albaz, searching the Aluber, and now we're going to be able to get the Albaz and basically make a Borreload Furious. And with this board, you're basically making a a Stapelia plus a Boral, which is still really good on top of an Ash Blossom. So that is 3 interruptions. That's all you need against Tenpai. So he goes Power Prosperity, banish 6. He rips Imperm, DD Crow, Sangan Kaiman, Ghost Mourner, Magnuma, and Chandra. So those are pretty decent options. Also, all things considered, Kaiman can get him a lot. Chandra wouldn't be horrible. He just needs kind of like options to board break, which he does. I mean, he could take the Imperm too, which just forces the Furious, which isn't bad. Yeah, so he takes the Imperm. And so he's going to have to shotgun the Imperm here. And what he ends up shotgunning the Imperm is on the Cartesia, which is weird. He should have shotgunned the Imperm on the Boral, frankly. But then I just chain Cartesia and then I make Stapelia. And yeah, he just misplayed on that because then I get a free Boral. If he did it on the Boral, then I wouldn't have the Boral. And then he goes Genroku, and I just ash that because that's just a Lone Fire Blossom. You tribute it from field. You can special it from hand if you add it like Poplar, but then you can tribute it from field to special summon out a Tenpai monster, which is pretty good, but that just means the deck is super susceptible. It loses to Ash harder than Branded does now. So yeah, that's just the little guide for post info on Tenpai Dragon. As you guys can see, just hand traps are definitely very good against them, but obviously Draco, Stapelia, Borreload, Furious Dragon are still the name in the game. Genroku doesn't change a whole lot of their dynamic. I would just say that the fact is that we're running a lot more hand traps, so it's going to be an easier matchup, frankly, because just ashing ashing their cards is a lot better. But watch out for the shifter. Just know your anti-shifter lines. Like Light and Darkness Dragon probably goes very hard in this build too, because if you guys watch that combo video I released, you can see there's so many different combos for Borreload, Furious, and everything. So with that being said, guys, make sure to check out all the links down below. Comment down below what you guys thought about this video. What was your favorite part of this replay? If you guys want to see more replays, let me know down below. If you guys want to see non-branded replays or just more branded, stay in the wheelhouse, more replays, so you guys can see kind of like thought process. Like we can go over side patterns in one of these videos too. It's just kind of hard on the replays. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, and My Games GX signing out.